James Comey has been indicted after the president ordered his DOJ to charge him. So where does this stand in American presidential history? CNN historian Tim Naftali joins us to help contextualize all of this. Tim, when it comes to presidents obviously wanting to prosecute their political enemies, I can't imagine this is new, but actually doing it is another story. Tell us what the history says.
Well, this is the most blatant presidential intervention in a prosecution. Richard Nixon tried to bribe the judge in Daniel Ellsberg's case, offered him actually to be the director of the FBI. The judge could not be bribed. Richard Nixon also intervened in the William Calley case and reduced the sentence. That was a military court sentence after the My Lai massacre. So Nixon did intervene, but this is taking presidential intervention to a new level in American history. Not only did the president complain that his original assistant U.S. attorney was not willing to pull the trigger on an indictment, but his attorney general made clear in her very first letter to every single lawyer that you must zealously defend the interests of the United States, and they are defined by Donald J. Trump. Whereas every previous attorney general made clear that their oath was to the Constitution of the United States. We live in a country where your oath is not to the president. But Pam Bondi made clear the president will decide what is in our interests, which means he will decide when to prosecute.
Eric Holder said, and I quote, "I'm still the president's wingman." Eric Holder brushed off questions Thursday about when he might leave the administration. Instead, the top lawman professed his allegiance to President Barack Obama. Let's not say it's unprecedented. You just said that every other attorney general acts a certain way. People around the president. That is Eric Holder saying, "I am the wingman of Barack Obama."
And can you give us an example of a prosecution
you're taking that totally out of context?
No, I'm
okay?
not. I'm literally he's literally saying my allegiance is not to the Constitution, as you just stated. He's saying my allegiance is to the President of the United States of America, my wingman. Again, I'm just going back. He didn't say my allegiance is the wingman to the Constitution.
Name a case where Obama weighed in and put his thumb on the
I go back to what I just said.
Exactly.
You can't tell me that there's not attorney generals
that
have not said their allegiance is to the president.
You talk louder because you can't name it.
What did he just say? He said it was unprecedented.
No, it is.
He just said the wingman, not the Constitution, to Barack Obama.
The meddling is unprecedented, and you know that.
Another person
and you talk around it.
Before you jump in.
Sure.
For just a moment.
Sure.
I mean, I'm going to repeat Charles's question because I think it's a valid question. Is there an example that comes to your mind of President Obama leaning on his wingman to change the outcome of a case?
I don't know if there was a case. My point is he wasn't saying his allegiance was to the
You know there wasn't a case.
Was there a case?
It's not that you don't know. You know there wasn't.
I don't know if there was or wasn't a case.
You
but
thought
I
it
do know
was
his
very
allegiance
convenient
was not
to
the
try to
Constitution,
drag
as he just
Barack
described
Obama and Eric Holder into this mess that is really Donald Trump's and Pam Bondi.
I think
the broader point, Lindsay, is about what this means for the future of the DOJ. And in a way, you were talking about Trump supporters that you know. He did say he was going to do this, that he was going to use the DOJ to prosecute his political enemies. Now that it's happening, is this going to raise any red flags?
He also said he was going to lock Hillary Clinton up over and over and over. He said, lock her up, lock her up. They don't believe that. They believe that he's going to bring back the economy, that he's going to defend their jobs, that he's going to actually work for them. And right now, we are not seeing that. Even in Iowa, I was just talking with folks. No, they're not seeing markets. India, they were selling to India for a long time. They don't have the markets. Farmers are struggling. We've got manufacturing closing. Those are the problems that Americans care about. And so you can say all you want about this being. You can say all you want about it being a political winner.
Thank you.
But I just think when you're going after someone for something about perceived retribution, and you have to explain that to the American people, and they are losing their jobs, you are losing.
This is the second night in a row where that talking point's been used.
No.
It's the second night. It must have been
It's not a talking point.
The president is doing pretty good on the economy,
Tim,
and the American people, I think, agree with that.
Tim, I'm curious what you think. You know, and by the way, I should say, I apologize, Joanna. I was thinking Lindsay Halligan is in my head. But the through line between these two conversations is that oftentimes when Donald Trump is back against the wall, he does revert back to some of his promises of this nature. He goes to targeting his political enemies, when his approval ratings on immigration and on the economy and on all these other issues that he should be strong on are headed south. Do you see this as sort of a defense mechanism, and will it work, or is there a risk that it could offend just regular Americans going about their day-to-day lives?
I have two answers. The first answer is this is not Trump 1. In Trump 1, rhetoric did not always lead to action. President Trump, over the course of his 4-year interregnum, learned some things about how to run the federal government. And Trump 2 is fundamentally different. His words matter. He says he's going to go after you, he's going to go after you. So, number one, these are action statements. In Trump 1, sometimes it was just frustration. Frustration because there were all these guardrails. Now, these are action statements. Number two, he only trusts his base. One reason why we're in such trouble right now is that we don't have a president who wants to persuade anybody. He's given up persuasion.
So he doesn't need to, because he's
well, he doesn't need to for his base.
Well,
he does, because but here's the point. He is saying this to make his base happy, because his base is worried about the price of eggs, although they've come down lately.
Oh,
No, they're back to where they were in October.
We were.
They're back to where but here's the point. They have reason to be unhappy that promises have not been kept. So this rhetoric is red meat to them. But what's different from Trump 1 is this isn't just red meat. These are orders. These are action statements.
That he ran on.